Yep.
Starting to see it?
A little bit.
I'm not going to point my camera at the sun, but yeah, we're starting the eclipse for April 8, 2024. It's about a little after 12:30, isn't it?
Yep, 12:41.
Gotcha. So, I think technically it started about 10 minutes ago, but yeah, it's becoming slightly visible now. Jroe should actually have some photos of a good chunk of it, but yeah, we're out here, family land. They were saying the weather was possibly cloudy, rainy, but for once, I'm very, very happy the weathermen were wrong. And yes, it is weathermen, not weathermen's. So yeah, we'll kind of keep monitoring that. Traffic's not bad on this road, but back on the highway, it's pretty backed up. We're kind of just northwest of Clarksville area, right on the Franklin-Johnson County line for anyone who's in this area. And right next to the Mulberry River. Ready?
Yep, I got it. You know, wide angle lens on the GoPro is a little too far, and I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but I'm holding my camera up to the to the GoPro here. But yeah, I've got a real good super zoom. Goes out to about 1200 millimeter focal length. So yeah, I'm gonna get a real good time lapse of the moon phasing across, and then the real trick is gonna be when we hit totality.
Yeah.
I got to take the filter off and have my settings just right. And it's going to be a totally different set of settings and that kind of thing. And I got about 3 minutes to figure out whether I got it right or not.
All the time in the world, right?
Yeah, right.
No pressure.
But no, this is going to be cool. And we got a beautiful day for it. Almost no cloud cover.
Yeah.
Nice open view. So yeah, it's going to be great.
Anything yet?
Oh yeah.
Yes. If you'll get those papers.
No, we're getting pretty good images.
Is it getting dark out yet a little bit?
No,
Not yet?
It really won't till you're close to totality. I'd say right now it's covering maybe 20% of the sun. And you may notice that I'm not shooting on a tripod or anything. At this time of the eclipse, you can shoot on a really fast shutter speed because it's still really bright. And so, you know, needing a tripod, especially with a really good image stabilization like this has got, and I use a shutter delay. So after I press the shutter, it waits 2 seconds of me holding steady before it takes the picture. That way I don't have any kind of movement of the camera from pressing the shutter. It's not ideal, but it's working great.
And we're kind of on a bit of a camping trip too, so gear was a little bit limited. We're not at our houses where we have everything we might want, but we have a good, you know, what we need.
Yeah, and I also decided to use this particular camera not only because the zoom is so good, but it's also not my primary work camera. So in the event that I had some kind of oopsie,
yep,
you know, I would miss this camera, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. Yeah, I'm taking one every 10.
Yeah.
It'd probably be just as fine to do it every 15 or so, but since I'm out here and there's not a lot else to do except for wait on the totality.
Yeah, well, I mean, and if this isn't a once-in-a-lifetime thing, it's, you know, not an every-year thing, and we happen to be pretty close to the center line of the path, so I feel fortunate, and I can't even see it.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's starting to look kind of like more like a crescent moon and less like a little sliver. But yeah, it's probably at about 30%. I'm out here taking a look with you know, the solar eclipse glasses on, and it's darkened down enough, and it's probably about 60% eclipsed. But if you stand and you watch it, you can see it very slowly moving. You couldn't necessarily see like you couldn't see it move in real time earlier, but you can see it now. It looks like we're probably going to be fully eclipsed here in about, what, 20 minutes? Something like that?
About that. I was looking at my watch.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, about 20, because it's about that. Maybe 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely getting cool. Nice little breeze out here. Again, perfect weather. I know it's repetitive, but for such an event like this, and this being Arkansas, this would have been the one day it just poured buckets. We noticed some people canoeing / rafting on the river today. A lot of them are doing that out here. Some are bicycling down the road. Even though it's a Monday, a work day, it seems like there's a lot of folks that have been able to come out and have fun. We were just talking that the wildlife, mainly the birds, are still talking, but they've kind of got themselves muted down a bit. Someone's definitely taking the opportunity to be in a plane while it happens.
Yeah, there's a small single prop plane out flying around. And the turkey vultures are flying around, but they're not making any noise. Unfortunately, we are getting some cloud haze cover coming in right during the totality, but it's not going to make that big a difference. Maybe to the photography, but not to the experience.
Again, since we could have had complete overcastness, you know, hey.
Oh, we still got real lucky.
They often fly little ultralights and things just every weekend out here anyway. I noticed the traffic on the roads died down. You know, earlier it was starting about 7 a.m. Even this little offshoot of an offshoot road was busy, but it's been quiet for the last little while.
Yeah, everybody's kind of parked in place, watching things go down.
Yep. Well, except for Todd.
It's getting dark.
Yeah, I can definitely tell it's not cool, but it's very pleasant out here now. Not long now. You're saying the colors are starting to get flat?
Yeah, you know, and not in the same way that it does around twilight.
Oh yeah, you still got the full solar spectrum. It's just not much of it.
Yeah, it's almost like the world is desaturated.
Kind of reminds me of Langoliers, where they're in like the used up place.
Right. But I mean, like, I'm looking at the kind of new spring colors at the mountain. Oh, it's about time to take another photo, so I'll get back to that here in a minute.
Yeah, you were saying too that the shadows get kind of strange. It is noticeably cooler, and I can't really feel the...
Boy, it's weird looking out here.
I can't feel the sun on my skin now. Like it feels... Yeah, I can't feel it at all now. And it was pretty noticeably sun on skin.
Well, looking at my last photo, it's more than 80% eclipsed. The thing that's kind of tricky about this is, from a photography perspective, you don't get to practice.
Nope.
And so you're kind of having to make some adjustments on the fly. I'm going to have to fix some of this in post because I'm not in exactly the same position on a tripod each time. But even if I were, I'd still have to be tracking the movement of the sun between shots. So as much as I hate fixing things in post, that's probably going to be the way of it.
Yeah, and I just got my watch fitted that I got for Christmas just in time for this. So at least I can keep time now.
Well, the good news is I can still make some adjustments as I'm going because it's still not happening especially fast.
No.
What's going to be the real trick is when we hit totality. I only got about 3 minutes to get just the shot that I want, and I still want to not be stuck behind the camera and actually watch for a while.
That's kind of the problem of this generation of watching everything through screens, and not blaming anyone, but yeah, I do understand what you're saying about there's something still seeing it with your own eyes. Just ask Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's saying about 10 minutes out now, give or take. It's hard to exactly know time because, yeah, every little area
Ground wet,
changes.
damp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
My next one's gonna get the transitions as well as just the clear glass. Right?
The wind's picking up.
Yes, it is.
Still hear a little bit of wildlife, but they've definitely gotten quieter.
Once I'm down, it'll be a job getting me back up.
Jroe in repose.
It's probably better than 90%.
It feels it out here, that's for sure. It is amazing though, even at, you know, only about 10% light, just how much our star puts out. I mean, it's still light.
Oh, this is better.
You'd see why it freaked people out.
Yes.
Even people who didn't have the light sunglasses.
Well, I mean, when it's this eclipsed, you can't. I mean, it's not good for you. You can glance at it real quick and see if something's off.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's not as if it happens on a regular, predictable schedule. I mean, obviously we can do it now, but many, many moons ago, wasn't like this happened every April 8th. This is where they could kind of pattern it.
Well, but I mean, when it comes to, you know, oral history and, you know, the fact that it happens is something that would have still been passed down.
Look around at the
Yeah, but without video,
if not explicitly written.
but without video and photography, A, you know, something's lost in translation with words, and B, how many times does Grandpa tell old tales?
Purple,
It's kind of hard to believe him sometimes.
but
And you know, in the past,
I think it's a monumentous enough event that
Oh, there's two.
maybe after a few hundred years it would start to seem like some kind of
Yeah.
old, you know, oh well, they're just saying that. But
I think it probably
I think people's ability to pass down the history of this crazy thing that happened.
I think for societies that had some type of written language, it would have been better. And obviously societies that had more advanced mathematics.
Getting really close.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of cloudy, so I'm probably not going to get some of the corona effects I'd really like, but we'll still be seeing it. Although that may accentuate it, I may be surprised.
I say you never know.
It's not like I've done this before, so.
well, Justin, you'll have to get a picture of your daddy and I together, watching it so I can show it to Tegan. That is impressive.
What percent would you say we're at now?
98. Maybe. You are. Quiet.
Getting a bug on my arm. Go away, bug.
Now it's beginning to remind me of the Cheshire Cat. Smile and Alice.
getting dark noticeably quick.
Faster, yeah.
Yeah, you can
Oh man.
see.
Oh wow. Yeah, you can see the sun going away. It's not like it takes hours in the evening. It's happening super fast.
Well, and it's happening in the middle of a sky, too. Yeah, we're about there. If the time's right, we just have a couple of minutes till totality. There's a rooster kicking off. All right, here we about go.
Yeah, it is spooky dark.
How are the shadows?
It still hasn't quite hit that ring light effect yet, but we're real close.
What?
I'm videoing that, Doc, so at least we have something.
Yeah, here we go.
Figured that'd be my part in this. Yep, right on schedule. You said pink?
The pink on the azaleas.
Oh, I thought you meant the sun. It's like, the sun is pink? All right, Jroe, it's go time.
I'm ready. I've already taken the filter off the camera because you shoot the full totality unfiltered, so I'm watching for totality through a single deal on my glasses, but it is going.
It's game time.
Going. Gone. Oh man, that's weird.
God damn. Oh my goodness.
Get your pictures. Take a picture, it'll last longer. Literally.
Now, is it just me or I do see a pink spot?
That is wild. Wow, you can see the solar flares.
Great shots.
Still a couple of brave birds out.
That is crazy. Oh, there's a diamond starting to end. Yeah, it's over.
No. Peaking.